Hi, this is Dr. John Bergsma, and I'd like to share a few thoughts on what Lent means to me. When I think about Lent, the first thing I think of is the first two readings that we use in the first Sunday and the second Sunday of Lent. The first reading, of course, is the account of our Lord being tempted in the desert for 40 days. And of course, Lent is a kind of sacramental sharing in our Lord's sufferings in the desert and his trials by the evil one, where he was deprived of physical comfort and forced repeatedly to say no to himself and to the temptation to sin. So that's one dimension of Lent. But then the second Sunday of Lent introduces a different dimension that I think is very interesting. That is the account of the Transfiguration. Now, in the first three Gospels, the event of the Transfiguration marks the point in our Lord's earthly ministry where he turns his face toward Jerusalem and begins to journey towards Jerusalem, which is another way of saying journeying towards his death. And Lent is also that. It's also a mystical participation in Jesus' death march to Jerusalem, where he is going to initiate the new Passover and die, and of course be risen again. So Lent is our death march as well, and the mortifications that we choose, the acts of self-denial that we pick for ourselves should be a little bit painful, as Pope Francis reminds us, because it should feel like dying a little death, one that can be joined to Christ's big death for the salvation of the world. So that's a little bit about what Lent means to me. Temptation and transfiguration, joining with Jesus in those two journeys.